Hello, welcome to another edition of the Aimee Crew. My name is Aimee Matipa.
And I'm Julio Matipa, a technical guy as usual.
As you can see, we are four, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
I'm Kennedy.
I'm Cynthia.
So today's topic, it's not gonna be quiet, it's gonna be hot. What are the pros and cons of long distance relationships? Y'all tell us about it, leave the comments down below. What do you think?
For me, I don't think it really works well, but because these guys, they've lived it, we're gonna hear from them. Because honestly, myself, if I had to say, like on myself, when I was coming from Africa, I had this girl I was saying, I tried to promise, like, you know, we can have a relationship even if I come this side, right? But just getting here, you know, my brother told me before I left, he told me, you know what you're saying won't work.
Okay.
Just tell the girl that, you know what, you guys are done. This is a true story. Yeah, he told me, you know what, just tell this girl that you are done. Because when you go where you're going, you know, and you guys are kind of same age, you know, it just won't work. But me coming here, I tried to keep up with that relationship at least for a year.
Okay. How did it work for you?
It didn't work because
No, for that time, like,
okay.
what did you go through with her that led you to end it?
Okay, you see, when you come here, in first of all, I had to integrate myself.
Right.
I need work. I had to go back to school. So by just going back to school and going back, you know, some people, when you have a long distance relationship, just me being here, she's expecting money, and I'm already in school. Right? So I don't have any money, right? I don't have any money to send.
School, you mean like post-secondary?
No, I was in high school.
So
right?
high school.
High school, right? Like you don't have any money.
Right.
You know, you don't have no pocket money. Even for the money for calling, just calling, because that time we used to use this calling card. There was no WhatsApp, right? No WhatsApp, so there's this calling card.
Back in the days.
You know, back in the days. So you can't be asking every time, you know. So according to her, I am ignoring. I have met new friends here.
Yeah, you're
And you know, so you find that there's that conflict already. It's creating bit by bit. You know, after a year.
It's a conflict of reality. Her
Yes.
reality.
Yeah, just like
different.
after a year, I just called and say, you know what, I don't think this will work. Not that because I met someone, no. I was trying to keep up with her, and everyone I met, I told them, you know what, I'm seeing this girl, blah, 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 you know. So I just had to end the relationship.
So you're being realistic about it.
I was being very realistic because first of all, I didn't even see how myself I'm going for immigration. I don't know how I'm gonna start going for immigration for someone else. So I just saw those impossible. You know, I'm like, first of all, I had, every time we talk on the phone, you know, she would tell me how many people were just going after her.
Okay.
Because after you leave, you know, there are other people who are, you know, they were waiting for you to go so they can take over. So she's telling me that now, it's disturbing me in my ears. I'm like, you know what, I won't tell you to go for them, you know, I won't tell you just to go for them, but I knew on my side it won't work. You know, but the good ending, you know, the good ending of that story.
First,
you know, the ending of how what happened to her. You know, because she was a good girl, right? So my friend who used to hang with me went to Australia. Me, I came to Canada. Me, I said, you know what? I don't have time. You know, I don't have time. I won't be able to do this. My friend, after 4 years, he left Australia and he went to marry her.
That's
and
good.
now she's in Australia, and it was a good. So it's a happy ending for them. You see, happy ending for them, because you know, when he was putting himself in that relationship, he was already ready to go get married. But me here, I came, I don't know, struggling, right? Struggling, and you know, like arguing on the phone, arguing this and that. You're like, you ask yourself, like, you know what? First of all, when I see what's around me, I am not. I can't even promise you anything. Like, oh, I'm bringing you to Canada. It's not even, you know.
Wow.
So for me, the long distance relationship,
You don't encourage it.
I don't encourage it,
Okay.
unless when someone is ready. Like I am ready. I met that girl, you know, she's there. I have seen her. Then I am ready just to go for her. because I am ready.
No, you're ready for everything that it comes with.
Yes,
with all the,
yes, but me, anyways, even today, I will just not encourage that.
Okay.
I just won't encourage that.
Anyone else? Ken, what do you think?
On est l'exemple contraire.
It's very interesting that a long relationship, like
Long distance?
long distance relationship, it depends also in, like, if you in Europe, someone is in Europe, you in Africa or in America, you know, distant continent, or if you are just on different countries in the same continent. You see, there's two type of long kind of distance, you know, long distance. You know what I mean?
So if you're on the same continent.
Yeah, if you guys are on the same continent, different country,
Yeah.
that will work out because you don't have to struggle with the timing.
Okay.
Let's say I'm here in America, people in Europe, we have 9 hours. It
Yeah.
depends on the country. We have we have
6,
8
7.
hours.
But it's still
and
different
7 hours.
continent,
Yeah, no, but that is different continent, as I say.
Yeah, it's different.
But it's different if you are in the same continent,
Yeah.
a different country.
Yes.
You see,
So,
like
yeah.
let's say if we're in Africa, it's easy.
Yeah.
If you have your money, you have the, you know, you can travel, you know, stuff like that, it's good. In Europe, don't even say it's mostly very easy because people, it can change
Yeah,
themselves by train, by thing.
they do that.
It's easy.
Wow.
The hard part about it is if you're in a different continent.
Okay.
Like let's say we are here in America, they're in Europe. So you have to watch out of the clock,
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
So when I'm there, he's sleeping.
Yeah.
She's sleeping. When she's awake, me, I'm sleeping.
So that's lots of sacrifices.
Exactly.
To sacrifice the time to
And then
talk.
when you're working, she's not working. Like she's you know, like she already finished. You know,
Yes.
like she's attending like to go. You know, so it's like you always have to find time. You know, you always have to be disciplined. Find time for the other person. So and then what comes along with it is the maturity and the understanding, the communication.
Okay.
If you have all those 3 things, will work out. It doesn't mean it will be easy.
Yeah.
Will work, but it's not
Okay.
still not gonna be easy because the communication help you to know to elaborate. Like, okay, we have these time differences, or make sure that by this time, you know, we can call and talk, you know,
Yeah.
speak, and then and then just make a plan. Like if you don't work on the weekend, she doesn't work on the weekend, then you guys can have like, you know, even more hours of talking.
Okay.
You see, but you're always gonna feel like, oh, I miss that person, I wanna be there.
Okay.
You see, and the reality is also that because they have system in Europe that they have more holidays than we have here in the continent of America.
Okay.
Because we work accordingly, like, you know, like when you start, you have a week
Yeah.
for the year, and then after 2 years or 3 years, now you can get 2 weeks.
Okay.
You see, out of 10 years, you can get five weeks. It depends where you're working,
Yeah.
Canada. But then over there, it's more flexible. Like usually you have 5 weeks in a year. You see, that
Yeah.
means a year she has 5 weeks. So 5 weeks.
And do they even work just like
They
business
work-
hours? Normally,
Yeah.
they do
Normal
business
hours, 8 hours,
Okay.
and then they have 5 weeks a year, and then those week off, all that is paid.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see,
And
so
when you work
us-
in a hospital like me, you have like 21 more days. So it
You
looks
see?
like
On top of
one
5
Yeah.
weeks?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I have like 7, 8 weeks.
So
What do you
honestly, I'm telling you.
So,
it's,
so
it's
that
a good
person
life
in
over
Europe will have more availability.
Exactly.
There'll be
So
more-
compared
yeah.
to the person who is here, like me, we're here in
So
America.
if they're
it's-
not understanding, they may think that the person this side.
so
is
if that
probably-
person, yes, so if that person, that's it, like communication wise, if
Yeah.
that person doesn't understand, or you know, there's no maturity, and then this thing's not gonna work because normally it's even hard to make it work. And the main thing, it's like the main thing that what I should have started off, if she's the one or he's the one God called you for, you know, she's the one who is the one who's going to accompany you. You guys gonna have a family accompanying to your vision. You see, and then no matter what, it's going to work out because
You think
me,
so?
yes,
'Cause
I know so because
Okay.
I'm the living proof of it.
Okay.
So not
but
only
you you may be like the exceptions, you know.
So that's why I say,
exceptions.
if God, you see, so that's the thing, right? God made that person for you.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
God can make someone for you. So I'm talking about there's general and there's exceptions. Exceptions, that means you follow the guideline, whatever it takes.
So that's why I talk about
a person who's meant for you, but if you are not really disciplined, as you said, that person who's meant for you, it may not work, and you may think it's other reasons while you just have not accomplished what you should have.
That's why in the beginning I told you about communication, maturity. That's what comes around it.
Okay.
Because if God made you, He made that person for you, you have a maturity, you know how to talk to the person, communication, because it's always the basic thing to have communication. When you have fluent communication, you make them understand, they made you also understand, you guys can compromise, have compromise on certain things. We're gonna compromise on this and that. You see, that makes it work, you know, like fluently. But it still doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. You see, you still have to put work on it.
Yeah.
And then the hard part about it is because you guys don't see each other as often.
Yeah.
And then it's like you mostly just on the phone, you know, or audio or video call.
Okay.
You see, so there's certain things as that's why I say why it should have been the first thing of if God made that person for you, it's because of the how hard the thing is. You see,
the journey,
the journey how even if you plan to do things in a year or two.
Yes.
But the thing is, even if you want to do it in a year, it's gonna be you don't. You have to make it in 2 years because you have to think about okay, over there they live different continents. They have different money, currency.
Oh, currency.
We have different currency.
Yeah.
So whatever you have to bring over there, you have to change your currency to their currency. So it's like our money. I have to multiply perhaps twice to get the amount. You see? So that means I have to save more money so I can convert it to their money.
Yes.
You see? So that's
So
also
that's
extend. Yes, extend also your objectivity. However, you're thinking, okay, can I do in a year? Like, no, it's not gonna happen for a year. It's gonna be what in 2 years. You see? And all that the time you have to fly there, meet the family, you know, spend time with her, you know, and it's a journey, you know, and if you guys are working with Christ, that's what I'll say, it's a grace. Not everybody has it. It's a grace. If you have that grace, and then it will work out, but now it's gonna be up to you guys, up to you, he or she, to both to work together to maintain and then to go reach your goal.
Sounds good. I'll just get to you, Cynthia. What do you think? Do you think if it's like different tribes, like cultures, do you think it's a little easier because they don't have to meet the parent as often, like presentation and all this traditional stuff, everything? So do you think it's a little easier for them? All they have to do is engage, you know, the girl and meet the parents, have an engagement party, and then they get married and they move together. So do you think it's a little harder for those who have like culture, like African people and other people who have what do you call it, traditions that certain steps has to be followed? So do you think it's much easier with the lighter cultures?
Je pense pas que ce soit forcément plus facile parce que dans notre culture, le fait qu'il y ait toutes ces procédures, ça en fait ça nous met des limites, ça nous met des boundaries. Et tu sais que tu ne peux pas présenter n'importe qui à tes parents. Donc, avant ça, tu dois d'abord être sûr de toi-même que c'est la bonne personne. Peut-être que dans d'autres cultures, le fait qu'ils n'ont pas ces limites-là, ils se précipitent et après ils sont déçus et après ils reviennent en arrière. Mais nous, notre culture africaine, c'est vrai que des fois, elle peut sembler comme stricte. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, j'en parle, j'ai un petit peu de recul, mais pas tant que ça. Mais finalement... je suis contente d'être passée par là. Parce que ça fait que lorsque tu présentes quelqu'un à tes parents, là, ils vont te dire, parce que surtout moi, mon père, c'était, tu me ramèneras qu'une personne, pas deux, pas trois. Donc, you have to be sure. Moi, c'était clair et net. Donc, je pouvais parler que, oui, je parle à quelqu'un, non. Mais quand ça arrive à l'étape là, c'est sérieux. Donc, c'est-à-dire que moi-même, je devais être sûre. Parce que quand, par exemple, Kennedy il est venu, quand Ken est venu, ben, c'était comme la première fois qu'il allait rencontrer mes parents. Donc mon père, lorsque directement il a fait les engagements, mon père m'a regardé en me disant « T'es sûr ?» Parce qu'il n'avait pas vraiment de recul.
Oui.
La seule chose qu'il pouvait faire, c'était me faire confiance. Donc je savais que mon père me fait confiance, je ne peux pas en abuser. Donc c'est-à-dire que moi-même, parce que je savais que lui, il avait accepté ça, parce que moi-même, j'étais sûre de moi-même.
Okay.
Donc à partir de là, je ne peux pas prendre ça comme si c'était rien. C'était vraiment important. Donc je pense que notre culture africaine, elle est bonne. Après, elle nous aide surtout. Oui, parce que moi, le fait que notre relation elle était à distance, je devais encore prouver encore plus de choses. Parce que c'est pas comme s'il pouvait, il était à Londres ou comme il pouvait juste prendre le train, l'avion, même la voiture. Ça faisait que ses allées-venues étaient quand même limitées dans le temps parce que comme il disait, il n'avait pas assez de congés. Ça faisait que tout on devait maximiser. Tout le temps que Dieu nous accordait, on devait utiliser ça à bon escient. So yeah.
Wow, that's really good. What do you think about that with the cultures, the diversity? So does it make it easier or not at all? It's just the same.
Okay, the cultures and being a good Christian, yes, it does help in the relationship because you are waiting for some good stuff to happen after that.
Right.
So you're waiting to discover some, the other side of the person that you don't know.
Okay.
But this comes in because if we are to keep in with cultures, good girls, people who are not sexually active, it's totally different.
Elaborate. I mean,
Because there are people. Yes, we have cultures.
Okay.
Yes, there are people. We are Christians. But if someone is sexual active and is in a long-time relationship, it does bring so many troubles and so many problems.
Okay.
Because imagine even yourself, you go to Africa, you engage a girl, she has so many exes around, and you come back here.
I have so many girls around.
She has so many exes around,
Okay.
and you are here. You're working hard to go. To bring your girl from here.
How about
So,
the person who's also working hard to bring her? The person also has
Has
many girls.
exes. So
both parties.
those things they will affect you guys when you guys start living together. Those things now they will come back to life.
Because I hear this from guys. They'll be like, "Oh, you didn't expect me to be by myself, but I'm doing all this. Of course, I had to have companies, but now it's all gone. But yes, it's gone, but they will affect you. It's not really gone. It's physically gone, but the problems and the repercussions. Of course.
Yes, so they come in, they catch up with you guys later in life.
Oh yeah.
Not in 1 year. In 1 year, everything is cool. You're still discovering the other person.
Yeah, getting
But
to know.
now you go back to kin where you met the girl. You will hear some different stories.
Yeah.
So now, can you imagine me? I'm here working hard with it because everything here is calculated.
Right.
I am sending money first of all as a businessman. If I'm investing in someone, she has to be a good product. She has to be a good product.
Good person.
Yes, a good person. She has to be a good person.
Business-minded.
Yeah, as a business-minded, right? She has to be a good person, good product, everything has to be good. Imagine I'm sending you money per month, because first of all, yes, people they
in
know.
Africa they do that. They send the money monthly.
Monthly, you're sending money. This is I'll give one of my other story. There's this girl I dated in high school. Every time that girl came to see me at my school, or to visit, No, to visit. My friend would tell me, Julio, this girl, you're not alone, man. Because she was just too pretty. Yeah, because, so your friends would just be telling you, bro, because first of all, her school was in downtown, She has you're looking at a girl like she has everything figured out, right? She has everything figured out, but as we're in high school there, no finances, nothing. So, other people, they'll be already telling you that, what, this girl is not alone. So when you finance your girl while she's in Africa, while she's anywhere else, she's looking that good. Yourself, other people be telling you you think you're just alone here?
So, because you're financing
but if
her
she's a
and
good
she's taking care of herself, she's looking good, and other people are watching her.
Yes.
And so it's up to her to tell others.
And remember, because you're financing her, you're bringing her to a certain level. Only that level, they are the people now who are attracted to her now.
Yeah.
They are only people who have good money, good work, and the only people now begin, they start attracting themselves to her. But if she's not a good Christian, you can lose her. Right. If she doesn't come from a...
Don't you think it goes the both way?
It does.
Even if, let's say, if the table were turned, that it was a girl who's financing the guy.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing, because immediately I'm the guy.
Go
on. Immediately I'm in Africa, I have my wife here, she's financing me. Of course, I won't be going. I don't know, I just have so many stories. I know this woman, she was living in Calgary, she financed the husband, took the husband to school from Africa, spending money like renting a beautiful home. The man became, rich guy, in Africa, he would only talk to certain girls. When the husband came here, they did not last for a year. Because now when the man came here, he had to work. He had to put in work. So now the guy is used. Now the guy is used of living good life, And this is the thing. The husband was going to the university in Africa. So when he came here, they introduced him to work in Canadian Tire. The guy is like, no.
I have a master's degree, please.
He said, me, I cannot do these jobs. And he told the wife, I wonder, you've been in Canada for so long. What type of a car are you driving?
My God.
So this guy, the level has gone already up from Africa, not here, from Africa,
C'est pour cela,
husband.
C'est pour cela, je pense que lorsqu'on est aussi dans une relation à distance, il faut aussi voir le niveau de vie et surtout l'autonomie aussi qui est important. C'est-à-dire qu'il ne faut pas trop attendre de l'autre. Parce qu'en attendant, vous êtes juste en train de vous fréquenter, vous n'êtes pas marié. Donc, il faut aussi que tu sois autonome de ton côté. Pas te dire que je me mets en couple parce que j'attends qu'il m'envoie de l'argent. Enfin, je veux dire que ça peut marcher comme on dit dans les couples où toi tu es en Europe, la personne est en Afrique. Mais à partir du moment que, comme moi j'étais en Europe, lui il était ici au Canada, ben moi je travaillais, lui aussi il travaillait. Donc, on travaillait pour notre objectif. Je lui disais pas, envoie-moi de l'argent pour que je m'achète des choses. Ça n'allait pas faire de sens parce que je suis déjà autonome, je suis déjà indépendante financièrement, donc je veux
that is kind of expected.
And that's a very, yes, that's a very.
It's just that girls, they move from the parents' house, and if you want her to live independently, you have to be sending her money. So how about like the idea of it? So if we have to switch the table, the women who finance the guys, especially in Africa, so they live here and then they decide to, they haven't found anyone serious who wants to marry them, let's say per se, and then they decide to go browse in Africa where they live. They call it browsing. I don't know. It's like a store to go browse, to check on an old ex or a new guy, and then they start fighting. How ideal is that, or how comfortable are you guys with the idea of a woman, financing a guy so that they could get married? Because if we go back to the Bible, comme on voit que dans la Bible, is that strictly que men are the one who takes those steps. It's traditionally from the Bible, like that from the Jews, and as Christians, we've adopted that for so while, So men, it should be men, but what about the women who, they've been here for a while and they haven't really found anyone serious or
but you know what?
So they decide to do. So
they are out of market here.
But you know what?
No market.
To be honest, on that question, it's important, but you need to know the cultures, because if you go to India, it's women that marry men.
And they're exceptional.
So I'm just trying to, just generalize like different culture. But when we come to Africa,
like Africans,
so like here in the Africans, it's a man who does those stuff, who sponsors what. But there's what you call is like a woman when she will do something like that because she's in love. She's not just gonna do it because hey, just a simple guy just wanna do it.
No, she's out of market here.
You know what? It's not always like that.
No, it's
Because I have stories
we'll get
of
both
people.
ideas. Why
Okay.
it's out of market?
Yes.
Why it's so in market?
Yes, there is pros and cons. There's other people they will think like, okay, yeah, there's out of market here. They go there to get married.
Yeah.
It's true, and I know also story like that. And there's other people who just want to go marry someone just to go straight to the village, get a virgin. Just an example.
Huh?
Yeah, people just go to back
No,
to the
I'm
country.
talking about a woman going
Oh.
to get a virgin.
Sorry, I was doing the other way. I was talking about a man.
You will jump the level, eh?
I was talking about the man's side. Man going.
Yeah, that I
man
understand.
going, yes.
Oh, that is so,
So,
right. Yeah,
yes,
I'm talking
but-
about women.
Yeah, but a woman who sponsors, like let's say, okay, a woman who can sponsor a guy back home.
So
okay?
they grow,
Yeah.
they get into their mid-30s, they
So,
haven't
yeah.
found anyone
They
serious.
haven't found
Because
some
I
serious,
know they
yeah.
don't just do it in their 20s.
No,
they have to
yeah,
get
so no.
past the
But let's
certain
say
age.
whoever you go there, it will be someone who used to be a friend that you know. You know what I mean? A friend that you knew, and then like that friend also is like is kind of single, doesn't have nobody. You see, and it also happens and on some of the story, you know, like your head, okay, the person he's
They used to grow up together? Or?
yes, they used to go up the new one back when they were back home.
You knew them.
And you knew them a long time ago,
Yeah.
and then you get back to contact, you end up, oh, single, oh, okay, oh, why don't we try to do this? But most of this story ends up like, okay, the guy can be back there, but he's not stable. You know what I mean? Financially, he's not stable. So the woman feels like, okay, because I'm here, you see, with everything I have the money, so it's like, okay, I'm going to help him out, okay? And then so he can step up and do the, you know, like the married thing, like would come out like the guy who did it, but actually it's the man, it's a
The
woman.
and that's a big problem.
But on that situation, I'll say a man who is educated, who is pride, will tell his wife, you know what? When I'll put myself together, I'll reimburse you all the money.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you give me, yes. So think of it as like a loan. A woman who gave, yes. A true man.